Over the years, there have been some truly great football managers who have never actually had no talent on the field. There have been managers like Andre Villas-Boas, Sven-Goran Eriksson, and Jose Mourinho who tried professional football without success, but went on to be some of the finest coaches of their eras. But then you have the non-professionals, such as Gerard Houllier and Arsene Wenger, who instead of the talent on the field, they use their minds to become great coaches. These are exactly the types of managers I take my inspiration from. You see, I was always the kid picked last due to my two left feet, but no one could read the game better than I. So like these great coaches, I am going to build my legacy using my mind. I have spent my entire adult life studying for this, and at 33, the time has come to build my legacy.
Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This year in Football Manager 2021, my save is going to be building a legacy. With this, what I'm going to try to do is go around as many clubs as I can, pick up as much silverware as I can, and pure and simply become the best in the world at some point. So the save itself is going to be a club-to-club save, so a bit of a journeyman. We will start unemployed and work our way up through the leagues. As you've seen from my backstory, I am a football-minded guy as opposed to a talented guy. So we're going to use our football mind to manage the clubs to the top of their ability. This is where we will start every episode. We will be in my personal boot room, where we can keep track of everything that's been going on. We'll keep track of the clubs we've managed. We'll keep track of the wins, draws, losses at that club and the win percentage, and any trophies we managed to attain while we're there. Next, I think what we need to do is have a look at the philosophies that we will be using throughout this save. So for that, I think we're going to need an iPad. And the first philosophy that I am thinking, we will sign players under the age of 25. Now, this is something that I have done all the time in all my FM series, on and off cam. I am a player that believes youth is key to success. Never mind any of this, you can't win anything with kids. Youth is the key to success. And my players that I sign will be under the age of 25, building for a future. I will tend to move them on once they get to around about 30. So a good young player coming in might get about 10 years at the club. One of the older players, more towards 25, is going to get about 5 years at the club. That's not to say if I get a real superstar, they'll be getting shipped straight out. I might well give them a little bit of grace, but it won't happen too often. Next is to play possession football. Another thing that I think is important is the way you play the game. And I like to see the game played on the floor, lots of passes about in each game, and keeping possession away from your opponents and solely in your hands. If you control possession, you control the game. And the final philosophy we're going to follow this year is we will play attacking football. I want to be one of the teams at the end of the season that is top of the goal scoring charts, and that's every season. I don't want to be down there midway and definitely nowhere near the bottom. I want to be one of those top 5 or 6 teams each season in the league that has scored the most amount of goals. So next, we're going to look at what the save rules are going to be. And for that, I will need a chalkboard. So the first save rule we've already gone over. We will start unemployed. And we will start with a Continental B licence. As I've already stated in the backstory, I am not technically gifted at all, but I have studied for the past 13 years of my life to get to these coaching badges that I have. So I think it is pretty realistic that we would have coaching badges already. The next save rule is that we are only allowed to make genuine moves. By that, I mean I am not going to be leaving a club like Juventus to go to a club like Watford. Even if the money is better, it's not going to happen. You wouldn't make a move like that for real. You wouldn't see Mourinho leaving Tottenham to go to Bournemouth, no matter what they were offering. So it's the same as that. We will only go for genuine clubs that enhance our reputation. If we're at, say, Exeter and Hull come in with an offer, yes, they're a couple of leagues above, but Exeter may be fighting for promotion, and Hull might be trying to battle relegation from their league. And then it comes down to budgets. Hull might have no budget left at all, so we can't enhance their squad, whereas Exeter may have a budget. So all them sort of things are going to come into play. It's not just going to be a case of, oh, they're in the next league, let's get to them. That's not how it's going to work. Moving on to the next rule, speaking about leagues, when we leave a club, we must go to a different league. It doesn't matter if we are leaving the Championship to go to the Premier League, that's fine. We can leave the Championship to go down a league, that's fine. But we must leave a league. So if we get into the Premier League with a Championship side, so we bring Birmingham up to the Premier League, and then we get offered a job at another Premier League club, we can't take it. We have to leave that league if we want to go somewhere else. And that might be go up to Scotland, we could go over to Italy, Serie A, we could go to the La Liga. It doesn't matter as long as we're leaving the league. Once we've left the league and gone to the next club, there's nothing stopping us going back to the Premier League, but we just can't change clubs in the same league. Rule number 4 is stick to the philosophy. We outlined our philosophies with the signed players under 25, play possession football and play attacking football. No matter what's happening, we've got to try and stick to that philosophy. This rule can be bent a little bit depending on where we are. Obviously, if we're playing against Liverpool and we're Exeter, we're not going to be playing attacking football. We're going to try and shut the door, aren't we? So, a little bit of leeway in that, but we'll have to wait and see. And finally, when it comes to signings, we are only going to sign players that have been fully scouted. So I'm not going to be signing players that have got half scout. When I say fully scouted, they've got to have been scouted 80% or above by our scouts. And the reason for this is I just don't see it being realistic that a team would go out and buy a player without knowing about that player. So now we've gone over the philosophies and the save rules. The next thing we need to do is get a job, and I will do that in the next episode. So thanks for watching this intro. I will be back on Wednesday morning at 10 AM with the first episode in our Building a Legacy save. I'll see you again soon.